resident village idiot, Mr. Tardis, right? Mr. Trilby, right? This is the most fascinating thread I've ever seen in my life. Somebody sent me a screen. So Elon Musk said, okay, so we have Haswan Swani said, here we go. X has eaten up CNN and CNBC's audience share. Well, that's pretty much the case, right? So Elon Musk says, citizen journalism from actual domain experts and people actually on the ground is much faster and more accurate and has less bias than legacy media. Absolutely true. It is absolutely true. That's why I hate citizen journalists. Right, so then Comic Pring, whoever he is, CPUC, the main chipmunk, I don't know. You're not a citizen journalist, pal. You're a guy so dumb he got radicalized by his own algorithms. But the thing is, he didn't change at all. You're the ones that are bonkers, right? You're bonkers in a bonkers cult. So they don't come much more bonkers in a bonkers cult than Mr. Trilby over here. So he comments and says, billionaire becomes Nazi after being radicalized by a tech company he bought. Sounds so Black Mirror. To which somebody replied, Andy Johnson, fat and gay Doctor Who fan can't handle Elon Musk not supporting pedophiles. I think that's a more accurate description now, don't you? Right, I tell you, if there's a guy always eager to make a doofus of himself, it's Mr. Trilby, right? And look at this, relentless hatred. What was this from? From a while ago. Deeply disappointed to see another big Finnish creative, in this case, Lizzie Hoakley. She had his transphobia on Twitter! No, she didn't. I don't think she did. I think she was hounded off Twitter because of this, wasn't she? Also, Bathingthea delete those tweets this morning with no apology or owning up to the fact she took part in spreading dangerous misinformation. Oh, God. This guy is such a nasty little bully piece of shit. Right? He really is. Such a nasty bully piece of shit. So Andy Jones said, used to watch him when I was about 12 years ago. Blimey, it's doing that long. The bloke has not grown up at all and is a fat deranged loser trying to suck the cock of the BBC. Well, look, if he pretended to be a 12-year-old, I'm sure they'll be into it. He thinks he's smarter than Elon Musk and Donald Trump. He seems to forget he's a fat loser on YouTube. Talking about a kid's show. Well, I wish it was a kid's show. Man, it's always pervy. Well, these two have multi-million-dollar businesses. Don't listen to morons who lives lives you wouldn't want to live. He also supports pedos in politics, apparently. I have no idea. And communist politicians. Well, yeah, there's a lot of them about. This guy's one of the worst. Well, I think so. I find him vile. Right? I do. I generally do find him vile. But fortunately, that's not my opinion, baby. It's just another person's opinion. What can we do? Deadline. Deadline was talking to Jane Tranter, right? Jane Tranter was the head of something like that, BBC. She was the woman behind bringing back Doctor Who. Julie Gardner was like the main producer, I think, as was Phil Collinson, as was Russell T. Davies. And man, I don't know, they just put out a vibe of like happily working together, right? Which does not exist anymore, right? It just doesn't feel like it hasn't felt like a nice production for a long time. Sadly. So Jane Wolfe, Bad Wolf Jane Tranter talks industry, season 3, bold storytelling. I will say this. I think the work they do, generally speaking, is high quality. Right? I think they are talented professionals who have done well in a cutthroat industry. That being said, the Doctor Who they make this year has been shit. Okay? And Doctor Who Disney Plus revival. Fine. So she makes some interesting Doctor Who comments here at the end. And I don't think Doctor Who is doing as well as I know it's not doing as well as they say it is, right? Bad Wolves also produces Doctor Who for Disney Plus. How have they felt about the reception of the first new season of Disney Plus? What do you think about its longevity? Well, these are questions that you don't want to answer, is it? Or don't want to be asked. We feel good about the first season. So that doesn't say anything, does it? Right? I mean, it's like, yeah, we feel good about it. But does Disney? Just an industry was really a small experiment at the start. I think this new building of a franchise between BBC and Disney Plus. Not really. They did it with a bunch of other shows, right? It's a whole new iteration of us coming back all these years later to do it. Well, they're just looking backwards a lot of the time, right? They keep talking about the history of Doctor Who. I mean, like, always referred to as the 15th Doctor, right? Yeah, they're doing the greatest hits of 2005 with a bunch of queer stuff, and I don't think it's really working very well, frankly. It's a whole new iteration was coming back all these years later to do it. It was a whole new adventure. We're really pleased with the show. We're really pleased with the show that we made. Well, again, you can be pleased as punch. Was it successful, right? It's not answering any of the questions. To be very diplomatic. And there was a whole new audience being driven to the show who haven't watched Doctor Who in the past. Has been exactly what Rusty Davis set out to. There hasn't been, right? And there hasn't been. All the data I've seen has been this is doing bad. This is doing worse than Jodie. And they say, "Oh no, we're doing great with younger viewers." No, you're not. No, you're not. They're down slightly from Jodie. That's not doing great. I'm sorry. Again, what they should have done is make something. Okay, what you should do when you have any of these franchises is first and foremost make it that franchise, and relentlessly screaming member berries doesn't make it that franchise. You know, it doesn't make it by saying Mavic Chen doesn't make it Doctor Who, right? That's just window dressing. I think when they got to some of the most representative of what Doctor Who was with the Toy Maker, right? I think that was pretty much perfect. Right? I think Neil Patrick Harris's Toy Maker was a really was a modern take on the classic villain, retaining I think all the important bits of that villain, right? The story they put it in was cack, right? Unfortunately, but that was good. But like having a queer Doctor Who likes to run around in his knickers, no. Look, the Doctor is at best asexual. He's at worst want to be fucked in the ass by a space bounty hunter, right? Or wants to fuck him in the ass, right? Doctor Who shouldn't be about ass fucking, okay? That's really, I guess fucking of any kind. But like ass fucking, yeah, no. The doctors shouldn't be like, I got some, Zygon lube. I mean, like, yeah, it shouldn't be. There should be some kind of innocence to it, right? Everything doesn't need to relate back to sex. And the fact that we do it is just, it's weird. It's weird and disgusting, right? And it's not good for anyone. So please let us show what we made. I'm glad you are. I guess it gave Rusty Davis something to wank to. In between his copious empty sex he has with every person he meets, apparently. And there was a whole new audience being driven. No, that's a lie. That's a lie. I think that's a lie. We announced last season that we're doing the war. We announced last week we're doing the war between the land and the sea. What a dull bloody title, right? Which is the first time there's a mini-series within the whole universe. Well, there was it Torchwood Children of Men? Was that what it was called? The 5-part one? The one that was the best one, I thought was very good. Right? Was it called Children of Men? What's it called again here? Torchwood season 3, what's it? Torchwood. Was that Miracle Day? But what was it called? Children of Earth, right? I thought that was excellent. Well, that's a mini-series. The Doctor, what are you talking about? And look, all this was, a part of the initial deal. There's nothing new being introduced here whatsoever. Which is the first time there's a mini-series in the universe. So we're thrilled that BBC did nice. No, they haven't awarded that. That was part of your initial pitch. They paid $100 million for the 6th anniversary specials, seasons 1 and 2, and this, 4-part miniseries. So essentially it's 9, 18, 18 and 22, including the miniseries, and the specials were 9, 18, 22, 26. So they paid $100 million for 26 episodes. They're doing very well, right? 100. One second. Let's do. Hang on. We'll do 100 million. Oh, just do 100. 100 divided into 26. That wrong. 100 divided into 26 equals. So that comes to about 3.8 million an episode, right? And then divide that into, what was it? The episode's like 50 minutes long. Divide that into, let's say 50 on average. So it's about $76,000 a minute, right? Not so bad. Well, no, for me, yeah. So then you got the Acolyte, which I believe was $280. Divide that into 8. That's $35 million. That's like 10 times more expensive, right? Now divide that into 30, which is I'm being generous. That's over $1 million a minute, right? For Disney, they got a bargain. They did very well with that. BBC also very happy, right? But look, at no point did she answer the question, right? I wish I would have done a miniseries. We're thrilled to be doing BBC. Okay, this is the important bit. We're still in the edit. It's very, very early days of season 2. And obviously won't go out for another year or so. So what does that mean? It's going to be delayed. That does seem to indicate a delay, doesn't it? It's very exciting. We're in the middle of the journey, and we're very excited. Now, Rusty did call it the 2025 season. So my guess will be that they want to do this in the winter, right? They're probably going to delay it for 6 months so it can be done in the fall, winter, autumn, where the demographics are, where the viewers are kinder, right? It's a kinder amount of people. I would move it to Sundays as well, frankly. I'm protecting every way. But I don't think it's not going to work, right? Because it's flawed. It's fundamentally flawed. So I was watching Type 40 yesterday, right, on Friday, and there was a big discussion going on. Does this mean they're going to try and fix this in the edit somehow? And I don't know. My guess is not, right? I will be ecstatic to be wrong, right? Genuinely, I will be ecstatic to be wrong. But look, just like Kathleen Kennedy. Kathleen Kennedy, apparently the reason why she hasn't leaves is she's waiting for a win, right? She's waiting for something to be successful, and she won't do anything that anybody wants to watch, right? So it's going to be a bit of a bloody wait, unfortunately. So again, that's why she's still here. If one of her piece of shit shows actually did well, she would have been gone a while ago. But none of them have done well, and they're all and that's why she's still here. But see, Kathleen Kennedy, we have this belligerence, right? This belligerence about her worldview. That it's got to platform it, and it's got to be stuff that the audience aren't interested in seeing. So I see a very similar thing with Rusty Davis, right? I see a very, very similar thing, like this belligerence. Like Russell didn't work. Now the Type 40 panel were agreed that they think no, this is good news. And they think the delay is to retool the season and to turn it around. And that might be true, right? That might be true. I really think they did that with 73 yards, right? Which is why it made no bloody sense, why it completely fell apart. I think there was supposed to be a major component about that being the villain being a horrible fascist right-wing guy somehow. And they just ripped that out when they saw how badly everything's going. That's why the episode just petered out completely, sadly, right? But I think they re-edited it, and I don't know. This is not something like Daredevil Born Again, where you could maybe, depend on how what they did and how they shot it, you could possibly make that into something watchable. I think the fundamental DNA of this era of Doctor Who is flawed, right? Because everything revolves around Ncuti Gatwa, right? Everything revolves around him, and he's not very good. Essentially, right? He's not very good. He's not a very good actor, right? To me, he seems very transient, right? To me, I compared him to Bros. Do you remember the band Bros from the 80s, early 90s? Where they kind of just vanished, right? I think one went into acting and the other one, look, they made a ton of money and they went off and had a great life, you know? Good for them. But you know, I don't think it worked. That's where I think they are. I think he's a flash in the pan. And I really came to that conclusion last week when I was rewatching Master of the Air. I got up to the episode he's in, which is so annoying. It's a great show. Then all of a sudden, in the penultimate episode, we go, "Oh my god, we got to do black people in the war, right? To come to see men. Let's do that." And then Ncuti Gatwa was there. He's got about 2 or 3 lines, if that, and he's not very good, right? You can't even hear his accent. He's not very good. Now, by that, I never look at him and go, "That guy's not gay." The first thing that comes to my mind when I look at Ncuti Gatwa is this man is super duper gay, right? It's the absolute, it just exudes it. Simon Callow is also super duper gay. I never got that vibe from him because unless he's playing a gay guy, I never seen him play a gay guy, but I never got that vibe from him because he's an actor, right? I just don't think Ncuti's a good enough actor. I think that is the fundamental problem with this era, is that is represented through Ncuti Gatwa, in that he's not very good and he's there essentially because he gives Rusty Davies a stiffy, right? And they think, "Oh my god, he's black and gay, it's the best thing ever," and he's just, again, he's not a very good actor. I haven't seen any evidence of him being a very good actor. I see, and it's God, and you know, you've always got to say these things out for the idiots in the world. I'm not saying black people aren't good actors. Look, I wanted Patterson Joseph as the 11th Doctor. I thought he'll be great, right? There are many. Don Warrington played Rathlon. Many very great black actors. Ncuti Gatwa isn't one of them. And I'm not saying there can't be a gay actor either. No. It's so stupid, it's beyond belief, right? It really is. So this does seem to me there's a delay going on, and it also seems to me it's not going to work, right? Because they're just not going to be. You can't fix the DNA of these problems. You just can't fix it. And B, you know, it's like beyond Ncuti Gatwa is it's a vehicle for telling queer stories, right? And the trouble is when you make anything queer, it's all about it being queer, right? When you have a story, a TV show about a queer barber, it's about him being queer. It's not about him being a barber. It's about him being queer. When you have a TV show, a movie about a queer baker, it's about him being queer. It's not about him being a baker. It's about him being queer, right? You can't. They're just incompatible, right? I'm not saying, "Oh, let's ban gay people from the screens or gay stories." No. But let's have family stories which doesn't involve sexuality. And there's no need for it, right? No need for it. And so I'm sorry, I don't think they're ever going to come back from Star Beast, right? With all the weird trans stuff going all the way through that. And the gay dance scene where they introduced Ncuti Gatwa and the trans band member. They're not going to be able to get. I don't think they were going to get over these things. And the British public, as we've seen, have had enough, and they've been told to shut the fuck up, or they're going to jail. So I don't think anybody's got time for this bullshit, right? But let's see the bullshit that they're going to try and feed us, right? What's this? Yeah, we accept everything. What's this? Cookies? Yeah, no, we accept all your cookies. Fine, you were fine. Let's see what Rusty Davies has to say. Paul, look at Jason Quinn. Now, again, I've been really down on Doctor Who magazine recently. I haven't really read this, but this does seem like a mixed bag of an issue, which is what I think Doctor Who magazine really should be. I just wish it wasn't so relentlessly sycophantic to the current era. But what can you do? I guess that's what YouTube channels are for. So I think I wish they'd done things like Space Babes, this story over here, about, okay, it's fine that adults have adult entertainment, but stop bringing it into a family environment. Man, these six-page stories are just cack, and the artwork is not good. I was reading the 50th anniversary issue of Doctor Who magazine over Sabbath, and yeah, man, you just don't see ads for any shit anymore, do you? Look at that. You got like the corporate ads, but that's about it. You used to have lots of like these little. I just don't think the business is there. But anyway, no, this is quite a nice mixed bag of issue. You got production design for Sylvester McCoy, which I'm into. I'm really looking forward to reading this JNT article. I'm always up for a bit of Bush, a bit of Body Langford. Then they got, okay, I don't want to hear about it, but they got 13th Doctor and Yaz, and they got the shooty stuff. So, look, while it is weighted to the current era, this issue is more of a mixed bag. I'm okay, for the stuff I'm interested in, it doesn't make it worth buying it for me. I can have content from it, sure. So they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 pages, and then again, Magician's Apprentice, which I like a lot, and the reviews. But again, what's the point of the reviews? They're just going to be like, lip sucking the cock of the new era. Let's see what it has to say. Let's read the review of Rogue. In some respects, Rogue was the most traditional Doctor Who story this year's series. No, it wasn't. The Doctor Who has never been about getting fucked in the arse. Never, even by a bird person, right? It's never been about getting fucked in the arse, right? And it had a lot of great ideas in its DNA. I thought the idea of doing cosplaying aliens, fun, right? That was a good idea. But again, once you have the Doctor want to either fuck or be fucked in the arse, at that point, it's about him wanting to get fucked in the arse. I'm sorry. Which is why he's so into wearing all the Regency tights, right? Yes, it's definitely gay shit going on all over, which is fine, again, but not on a family show. It's what old school fans call a pseudo-historical. No, it's not. An adventure with the science fiction elements taking place in an accurately identified period of past where they want to get fucked in the ass. No, again, you can't, Honestly, you can't move away from the being fucked in the ass part of the plot. That really kind of like dominates everything. And given the inspiration appears to have been from the Regency romance of Bridgerton, a series that owes a lot to classic novels of Jane Austen and the Brontes, it feels entirely appropriate that this episode has been selected for novelization. No, the only thing this episode is interested in is Shooty Gatwa snogging whoever this bloke, Jonathan Groff, right? I mean, hey, you want to fuck me in the arse, or shall I fuck you in the arse? I can fuck you in the arse, or fuck me. That's all it's about. I am sorry. Yeah, do you want to push this up my arse and pull it out? Okay, then. And don't talk me any bollocks about there's being anything else going. There's nothing else in this episode. But while the setting and all the caveats and carriages, the prose by Kate Herron and Bryony Redmond, who authored the TV episode, is crisp and modern. Something like, yeah, that's actually true. The dialogue, generally speaking, whenever it's not about Doctor Who getting fucked in the arse, it's not that bad, right? But it's mainly about him being fucked in the arse, right? And the mouth, I guess. And includes footnotes specifically aimed at readers from the 30th century. For the most part, the book is a faithful retelling of the original version, but there are a few new bells and whistles, including to make it worthwhile read, and being afforded insights into characters' psyches helps to make. Okay, the only thing going through Shooty Gatwa's head is the thought of getting fucked in the arse, right? There's nothing else. Help make a relationship that blossoms, but there wasn't a relationship. They wanted to fuck each other. Don't say that's a relationship. It's not. Saying I want to fuck each other is not a relationship. The blossom between the Doctor and Rogue. It's emphasized here that we're witnessing is not so much a traditional romance as a connection between two individuals who recognize each other's pain. Really? And as such, want to fuck each other in the arse. Stop with this. And as such, a final moment of sacrifice has even a heftier impact. No, I don't get to be fucked in the arse. Well, I'll probably just go, and get some 30th century porn and make it look like him and have it fucked in the arse. The big addition... first I've got to cry a bit first. The big addition is we get to meet Rogue's former partner, Art, who are able to begin to understand what it is he's lost. An entirely new opening set on an alien planet that manufactures fizzy pop to a quite emotional interlude in the form of sort of a posthumous letter from Art to Rogue. Yeah, so it's all about wanting to fuck each other. Okay, fine. Letter Rogue, and these little pieces of the backstory help define Rogue as a distinctive, relatable character. He's not relatable in any way, shape, or form. Or distinctive. He's boring. A fine feather fancy, full of fashion and foul, though it does seem to be a shame to have lost the Duchess's remarkable line about Stilton being a very difficult cheese. I don't even remember. Yeah, okay. That's the drawback of Doctor Who magazine. Yeah, so let's see what Russell's got to say for himself. Showrunner brings us up to date on the cloak-rotting exploits of his fellow execs while he spends the night at the museum. Fucking anybody by any perchance, Russell? Really? And don't get me wrong, I like sex. I like sex a lot. But, I wouldn't make it all about... I mean, I guess I might make it all about me when I fucked you, Millie Gibson. But not the arse. Not into that, baby. Not into Hershey Highway. That's not the way the Rabbi rolls. But again, if you're up for that, whatever you and your loving partner wants to do. We are all over the place. Well, fuck me. That's the way of describing that season. Yeah, all over the bloody place. It's July, and our executive producer, Julie Gardner, is in Pasadena. Another executive producer, Phil Collins, is in New York, and I'm in old London town. Julia's gone to the 40th TCA Awards, that's the Television Critics Association, because Doctor Who has won Outstanding Achievement in Family Programming. What is family about wanting to be fucked in the arse? Fuck off, no. Family program, where we were up against wonderful shows like Heartstopper, Renegade, Nell, Percy Jackson, and the Olympians, and X-Men 97. So that's particularly nice. Julie says there was much applause. Well, of course there was much applause. You're all woke fucks, right? I mean, I'm surprised you stopped jacking each other off for 10 seconds to be able to clap. By the way, they're warning about another monkeypox outbreak. I bet in the entertainment industry it's going to be rife, particularly this production. And in New York, Phil's not on holiday. He's working. Well, of course. He's there to record ADR, that's automated dialogue recording, replacing or adding enhanced dialogue, adding or enhancing dialogue from the show. Yeah, where they re-record things, right? He's recording with a great guest star for next year's season 2. Yeah, so Russell's very much is 2025. Usually the sort of thing is done down the line. The director, Amanda Brocci, is attending on a Zoom from a home in Australia, but this is just good timing because Phil's also in town with a film crew to shoot a special sequence of, redacted. Okay, there's no excitement, Russell. It's gone, right? There is no excitement left. It's all gone, right? It's all gone. But I'm sorry, you have to know about it, but you'll know about it next issue. Again, there's nothing you can do to get me excited, mate. Right? Next issue. On top of that, he texts me. It's Pride weekend. Fuck off with your fucking Pride week. It's Pride. Of course, it's fucking Pride. It's always fucking Pride. Pride weekend, Fried Jim, Fried Light, it's always fucking Pride. Oh, God, I've never been as proud as anything in my life. Oh. And I've had sons who've gone to war. Man, there's so much pride. It's Pride Weekend, of course, of all the times to choose, it's always Pride Weekend. Guess who's recording in the same studio? Rihanna. The man is a glitter magnet. Okay, Russell. You know, I one of the things about my channel I think people find interesting and entertaining is that I have a very Jewy perspective about things. I very much like look at things from the Jew, because it's my way I view the world. If I was making something for a general audience, it wouldn't be relentlessly Jewy. Oh, why do you have to be relentlessly gay? And it is relentlessly gay. It's like at this moment, all the bits and pieces while our major new spin-off moves into Bad Wolf Studios. It's daft, but but on the day of writing this, that show hasn't yet been announced at San Diego Comic-Con, so I'm super wary of naming it here, even though you'll have heard about it heard the news by the time this is printed. More on that next issue. Don't care. Look, show me a Sea Devil. I might start getting interested, right? But I don't really care, mate. I mean, I would like to hope they do a picture of Sea Devils next issue. But back to the bits and pieces. Although season 2 is wrapped, back on 24th of May, right? So, okay, we're in August 17th. So the article came out August 10th. August 5th was the absolute latest, right? That they could have done that interview. I think probably afterwards, right? And see what she says, right? We're still in the edit, very early days. You've been been deep into it for what? June, July, over 2 months, right? Won't go out for another year or so. Okay, it smells a bit all fishy to me. After much wrangling, we've just been given permission for a very particular shot of London to be grabbed next month or so for FX work. And New York isn't the first time. And New York isn't the first time we've shot abroad this year. We've had an important drone shoot in a major city, thousands of miles away. Again, this is not exciting because the show you make isn't exciting. Right, and you've got to understand that Shooty Gatwa just isn't very good, right? That's the bottom line. You've got to understand he's just not very. I know you think he's the greatest thing ever. He's not. It's just you want him to suck your dick, right? Don't get me. I want Millie Gibson to suck my dick. Don't get me wrong. But I'm not like basing the future of Doctor Who. I mean, although I think she could probably do quite a good job. I might do. Like, see, Rabbi. We want to place the entirety of Doctor Who, the future of Doctor Who, on Millie Gibson sucking your dick. I'm like, really? Really? Well, I have to think about that. I think I thought about it. The answer is yes, right? Okay. Is there any caveat to have to last for a particular amount of time? No, she's just going to keep going and going and going. And, you'll get excited again. It's fine. Okay. For the future of Doctor Who, I guess I'll have to do that. And me, I'm in London to go to Mantosaurs, no apostrophe, fact fans, okay, for the unveiling of the Shooty Gatwa waxwork figure. Again, what do you get? The worst narcissist in the universe? An exact copy of himself, all right? Oh, Shooty Gatwa, I'm popping wood. Oh, I can just imagine him fucking me in the arse. Maybe we should do another show about that. I bet you will. Who is that? I guess they're going to explain on the way down. I'm told we don't call them waxworks anymore. That's a big faux pas in the wax community, apparently. You see, you learn things that do. Okay, I don't care. I've never been to Tussauds before. So imagine, really? Everybody who's been to London has been to Madame Tussauds, really? So my image of it was largely taken from Spearhead from Space in 19. No, it's actually quite cool. And I remember I was there, how many years ago? I mean, 10 years ago with my kid. We went, me and my son, who's about to get married, we went on a trip to London for a few days. We went to Madame Tussauds, and they had a big superhero exhibit thing going on. And they had Jessica Alba there as fantastic, as Mrs. Fantastic, Sue Storm. right? And I was talking to the person who said, "So how often do people come? Do you have people come in grouping?" Because that's the first thing I wanted to do, but being in public, I didn't, right? But that's the first thing I'm like, oh, that's what it's like. Oh. So I would be interested in that. That's the way of getting me involved in Madame Tussauds. Said, yes, that happens, but more often than that, people steal the 4 logo from a costume. I'm like, really? That's a bit off. So his image of Madame Tussauds comes from Spearhead from Space, where the third Doctor sneaks in at night, and it's dark and spooky, and the wax figures are scarily still and unblinking. And I think as I arrive, that staff, that's a cliche, and I won't mention it because I don't want to offend the wax community. Everything's a fucking community. Interesting, was it Paul Mansfield who made Fifi and the Destroyer with Sue Moore in the 80s. It's now their chief sculptor, which I find fascinating. And lo and behold, I'm taken in, and after closing hours, through the back door, Russell Davis, no stranger of using the back door, through the back door in the dark, into the unlit, unblinking displays. And oh my God, it's scary! I bet you it is. I cling to Timothy. That's who it is. Timothy Chalamet. Timothy. Have you ever spoken the love that dare not say its name? A glittery RuPaul helps light the way, and there's the Rock. Except I once walked past the real Rock in a television center where I was plugging Partners in Crime Breakfast TV. So hi Block, I'm blasé. Again, all this would be entertaining if your show wasn't gay shit, right? That's really the problem with it. It's just too gay and too shitty. Amanda also says, calls me to use a more acute accents more than normal. Okay. I hope we have canapes, or is that passé? Oh my God, that's David Beckett. Then they asked me to walk around the corner unaccompanied, and the Tardis on the left because they've got a camera crew, and they want to capture my live reaction, which feels kind of weird. I go, like I've got to go, gosh, oh my. And wow, well, of course you don't on cue. Well, yeah, everything you say is fake, mate. So I turn the corner and actually, gosh, oh wow, oh my, wow. I've never seen a wax figure of, again, you're just really horny for shooting Gatwa. There's nothing paternal or protective about him. There's just like creepy guy who wants to introduce you to being fucked in the ass. Which I'm not up to. Speaking of people, expressions of people are fucking the ass. It does kind of look like he's getting a blow from Shooty in that picture, doesn't he? Yes, it does. Someone I know before, and it's astonishing, really, truly amazing work. It's him. It's really amazing. It's really simply amazing me him. Well, again, it probably is a life like an actor, which is obvious, I know. But you realise why places like Madame Tussauds have lasted for centuries. There's something thrilling and chilling about being captured perfectly in absolute stillness. No, you get to take your picture with them. That's what fucking retard. Oh, and no offense to anybody retarded, because you're not as bad as that bloke. I'd imagine all the figures will be roped off at a safe distance, but no barrier. They want you to stand there and have your photo. That's the point of it. Tussauds practically invented the selfie. That's an interesting idea. Actually, maybe. No. I ask if that causes damage, and Joe Kinsley, the studio manager, tells me the team goes in every single morning for 2 or 3 hours to brush and tidy and mend. Amazing. The photographer also gives me a good tip. If you want to take a selfie with a wax figure, then put your camera at the figure's eye line. That way they seem most alive. And it's true. That's an interesting thing there. The staff are always delighted and happy to have Doctor Who on site. Plus the TARDIS and the vista of Unit Tower. What's Unit Tower? But I don't really care. I don't really like Unit Tower. They made a little quiz with me. A fan called Charlie, whose son Oliver 7 is obsessed with the show, just as we hope. Yeah, I don't believe fucking word coming out your fucking mouth, Russell. Okay, I don't believe it. I think you're a liar, right? I noticed the area next to the TARDIS, opposite Paddington Bear, is closed off. That's a 007 section, still being built. Oh, all the James Bonds. I reckon one day we might simply put the Shooty Gatwa figure in a tuxedo, moving 20 feet left. Seriously, best Bond. Will you stop with your obsession with Shooty Gatwa? He's shit. Okay, this is the conversation that somebody needs to have with Russell David. You sit down and say, Russell, Shooty is shit. He sucks at being the Doctor. Oh, he sucks. No, that's what I'm talking about. No, he's shit. He's not a good actor. I've never seen him act well. Right? I would watch that movie. Of course you would. That's why you made the most mind-meltingly failed Doctor Who, which could have been a massive success. Then it's time to go. And Russell, may I say, on behalf of the Doctor Who community, it's time to fucking go. Fuck off. Thank you. And also BBC. Just time to go. Thank you. Such a lovely time. Such great people. As I walk out, they put the lights on. Oh, you can do. So you can do a selfie with Timothy Chalamet. Oh God, no! I decline. Saying it's a wax museum effect is now in reverse. I'm terrifying the light. I'm terrified. I'm terrifying in the light. Plunge me into darkness pronto. Touche. It's not cute anymore, mate. Right? It's not cute. I'm sorry. You're just not charming. Right? You're not charming because you're obsessed with getting your leg over. Right? I mean, that's really this is obsession with getting your fucking leg over. Right? My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.